So good news is that WGA has officially ended their terms with strike and got what they wanted and what they asked for. Now that SAG-AFTRA is currently in the midst of still striking, I am trying to be respectful of their art while also seeing what they've already worked hard on. That sounds really hypocritical, doesn't it? I don't know why. But today I'm off to see The Creator. So here's a funny little thing. When I saw the trailer to The Creator, I was like, oh, it's Star Wars. Like, it looks really cool, but it's Star Wars. And if it's Star Wars, I can't see it because I've made it 29 years without ever seeing Star Wars. But then a lot of people were like, Laura, you're an idiot. It's not a Star Wars film. It's just made by people who have worked on Star Wars. So that's cool. So here's my review of The Creator. It's a visually beautiful film. But I feel like the storyline is quite repetitive. Give me a moment, let me get out of the cinema and give you my full thoughts. Alright, so it's using a topic of debate that is very current at the moment. It's doing AI versus humans. It's set in 2065, which is about 40 years from now, which in reality isn't that far away. So they're playing with the topic of a what-if scenario, which I think is really interesting because I feel like if you're using somewhat close to the reality, it doesn't play very well. Like the way that they play with sound, the way that they play with score is absolutely beautiful. I love the design of the AI robots, but what is the storyline? No, okay, let me explain. I understand the storyline. So, as I was saying, look, the film is visually beautiful. The way that they've used the creative elements that they've used is brilliantly done, but the storyline feels quite repetitive from start to finish. The way that it opens, it gives you everything. It even gives you the ending within the first 5-10 minutes of the film. So that by the time you get halfway to the movie, you're like, is it over yet? I got really frustrated because I kept constantly checking the time and going, okay, you know what, this mark would have been perfect for it to finish. It would have been fine to finish when they found a mother. It would have been fine to finish when the child showed a nice little element. Even the flashbacks seemed quite repetitive throughout the whole story. And it does a 3-act structure where it's the creator, the child, and the mother. But I just feel really let down that it just didn't give me what I wanted. And I don't know what I wanted. I mean, I looked at the trailer and it said, like, the trailer gave me this sci-fi element that I was like, oh, cool, but it didn't give me anything interesting. Like I said, you said it 40 years in the future. 40 years from now, that could potentially happen. But, like, I think also another thing is when you look at the film, you look at the government, the American government that they use in the film, they're all white old men. You look at the enemy, not only are they robots, but the enemy is also Asians, is also people of color, which again comes into race play, which is a card that has been played since the dawn of creation. So like, you're just watching a race movie, but they're robots, or at least half human, half robots anyway. So, I don't know, I kind of was like, I don't feel the emotional stakes, I don't feel the storyline. I don't get what you're trying to tell me in the way that you want me to learn. I got everything else. I loved the way that they played with sound in outer space. I loved the way that they, you know, let little Elfie, which is one of the characters, you know, take the lead. But the storyline felt a bit let down. The whole film was there, but the storyline was not. So I was kind of disappointed.